Yo, what's good? Stu here, Stu TV. I cover all things blockchain, metaverse, crypto, NFTs, all that good stuff. Just coming at you again with another crypto market overview. Just covering the latest, greatest that's going on in the market. But let's get into it. A Bitcoin chart for the weekly. So Bitcoin closed just above 58,000. I think it's 58,300 and something to be exact. But just looking at the charts, just zooming out, obviously the market just looks bearish for right now. So there's an element of fear into the market, to how we just price out. I know there's different price levels that we think we can hit and target. I know 62 was like a sweet spot, but just looking into that, there's something to keep your eye on and pay attention to just as we go into this ever-growing ecosystem. So let's go on to our first article. So we just click in here. Bitcoin nears 58K as the market slides ahead of the busy week data. Crypto markets like a clear anchor and susceptible to continued position adjustments based on traditional finances. One market said BTC and the broader crypto market experienced a sell-off over the weekend, with BTC trading slightly above 58.5, down 4.8% in the last 24 hours. U.S. exchange traded funds ETFs tracking these records outflows on Friday, with BTC ETFs losing 89 million and ETH ETFs seeing 15.7 million outflows. A slide in Bitcoin led to a wider market sell-off over the weekend. Bitcoin sunk 4.8 in the past 24 hours, above 58.5 in the Asian morning hours on Monday. Coin Indice data shows, with the broader crypto markets tracked by CoinDesk 20 falling 5.2, Ether lost 3.5. U.S. exchange traded funds tracking these assets saw all those outflows, and you can see that Solana and Toncoin led losses among 7%. BNB and Binance Chain lost 3%. Dogecoin dropped 6%, while Cardano's ADA and XRP slid 5%. Elsewhere tokens, blockchains Aptos, Arbitron, and Metaverse, the Sandbox, dropped as much as 7% of the week, which will ultimately release more than 120 of the team in the open market. Data shows these tokens belong to the team or early investors. Some of the market watchers warned of further BTC decline in the coming weeks, citing technical weaknesses, but pointed to the upcoming traditional market releases that could prove upward pressure. Crypto prices will range bounds with bias to a weak side. However, the technical damage sentiment drains with the on-chain models and MVRV models suggesting a further shakeout. So crypto markets like a clear ankle, susceptible to continued price adjustments. We continue the muted ETF for the BTC and ETH over the past weeks. So just looking at the rest of this article, we read this last point. Traditional market events tend to move crypto prices as they're revealing spending behavior and the state of the general economy. Federal releases tend to sway prices upward as investors are expected to bet more on riskier assets such as technology stocks or cryptocurrencies. So just even looking at this article, obviously just everything is down. Still just an element of fear in the market. How much fear? I wouldn't say it's dialed all the way up, but there is an element of fear. You don't know how further this can go down. I know some people say we got to get above 62,000 and pushing towards like 73. It just kind of depends. The market could really go either way. At the end of the day, anybody that's doing any analysis is just guessing at this point, just because Bitcoin is going to be approaching uncharted territory, reaching these all-time new highs of 80,000, 90,000, 100K if the crypto markets really get up that high. And it just depends on the catalyst and news how we go forward. But let's go over to our next article. Democrat voters' ownership is likely to grow in the next year. Paradigm poll. 9% of the Democrats said they are very likely to invest in crypto in the next year, according to a poll released by Paradigm on Monday. 13% of the self-democratic voters said they were undecided about voting for Harris. As crypto finds its way in becoming more of an issue in this year's presidential contest, a new poll released by investment firm shows that 18% of Democrats have bought crypto, and that figure is likely to grow in the next year. Democrats saying they are very likely to invest in crypto in the next year came in at 9%, while 18% of Democrats said they are somewhat likely to invest. However, 54% of the Democrats said they were not at all likely to invest, according to the poll. Just 8% of the polls responded said they own more than $1,000 in crypto, while 5% say they own more than $10,000. This is kind of holding influences election decisions, Justin Slaughter said in the post on X on Monday. And for sure enough, that 5% who own more than 10K, 33% say crypto will be a voting issue with them, along with the 23% of total crypto owners. Days after Joe Biden said he was withdrawing from the race and endorsed Harris to replace him, Paradigm poll 804 self-identified Democratic registered voters of a margin error of 3.5, the poll conducted on Monday. So crypto has asserted itself into the upcoming election season with millions of dollars flooding into the super political action communities, and the presidential candidate President Trump telling voters that he would end an unlawful, un-American crackdown on U.S. crypto industry. On the other side, candidate Kamala Harris began reaching out to the crypto industry and said they want to learn more about crypto. A source who spoke with a member of her campaign team has said Harris does not take a public position on crypto. 13% of those surveyed were undecided about voting of Harris, and another 18% had bought crypto. So it'll be interesting to see how things will look just going forward. That's why I say no matter what side, I'm not really too attached on either political party, but both sides being able to be interested in crypto is going to have a say. It's going to have a factor in this year's election. So if a candidate necessarily decides not to endorse crypto or go necessarily against crypto, it can legitimately hurt their chances ultimately of covering ground, winning certain states, getting certain demographics, because crypto is actually a real issue and brought to the forefront, especially with all these communities. Now that President Trump has just made his notion on crypto and his stance, so everybody knows where he stands. So a lot of voters from this particular industry is going to be looking at, okay, what is the Democrats going to do from their side in terms of how it affects crypto overall? Because it's like, if it ain't have nothing to do with crypto, then it seems like the likelihood of that vote is going to be diminished. Crypto is going to be a very strong narrative just going in, so it just helps out from both sides, left or right. So it'll be interesting to see and just keep tabs as this keeps going forward. But let's go over to our altcoins and just cover it. Obviously, we got Bitcoin at 59,072. We got Ethereum at 2,663. We got Binance at 513. Solana $144. XRP 56 cents. We got Toncoin coming in at $6.41. I got a future breakdown on that coming, so just make sure you stay tuned for that. We got Dogecoin coming in at 10 cents to round out the top 10. Then we have Cardano, Tron, AVAX, Shiba Inu all at the top 15. Then obviously you got DAI, Chainlink, Polkadot, Bitcoin Cash coming in at the top 20. But just going in over there, it'll be interesting. Let's look at some of the trending. So we can see that Sui is popping off over the last 7 days. It's up over 91.2%. Definitely gotta check and see what's going on in the latest over there. We got Gian the Cat, popular meme coin on Solana, up 121.3% over the last 7 days. We have 3.4% over the last hour. So Sui and Gian the Cat is definitely getting the pump. Then we got Trump coin coming in at $3.40, down over the last 7 days, but we do have 6.6%. We have Saga, Curve DAO, Bitcoin, Celestia, over pump over the last 7 days. Solana's on the pump. So congrats if you're in any other of these trending currencies for the day. Just really getting a nice influx into the market, just getting liquidity and all these different opportunities. Let's go over to our largest gainers. So we can see with our largest gainers, we have Mega Hat, Saga, Super Rare, Frog, Yon, Curve DAO, Pac Moon. So some of these are familiar, some are not. I know Mega Hat just coming in with Curve DAO. Then you have Pac Moon, Sats with Ordinals. So it's up over 18.6% over the last 24 hours. Then we have Dark Mega, Doge Killer, Aura. So just a lot of familiar ones, unfamiliar ones that's coming in the top gainers. We look at our top losers. We have Reef coming in at 21.2% down over the past. We have Bubba Opa, Smoking Chicken Fish, Shrapnels just taking a hit of the decline, 99 Bitcoins. There's a couple other ones like LimeWire just took a hit. I heard some recent news about them. Zeta Chain, so some of them are just down for the biggest losers over the 24 hours. Let's see if we could just look over the past hour. Just click on there. So we have Super Rare, just a lot of the same. Pac Moon, so it just kind of goes back and forth just depending on which ones you switch up and out of. We can go over the past 7 days. That shows just some of our bigger losers. Biggest winners, we have Sui, Camino, so a lot of those were just gaining during the entire week. And then we have Gipto, Smoking Chicken, Shrapnel. There's so much to look at and just keep up with in this entire market. But that is our altcoins just for the week. Also, just make sure you download CoinGecko on your phone. You get notified when any price updates coming and happening in your portfolio. That way you can keep up to date with your investments. But let's go over to our next article. So we have Optimism pushes for interoperability between affiliated blockchains. Optimism affiliate networks, including Coinbase, that are part of the superchain rally on Ethereum to communicate with each other, important to move assets, which tend to make more moves slow and expensive. To address that, Optimism is releasing its own interoperability roadmap. Optimism, which has been successful in building out an ecosystem of affiliated blockchain networks, is now looking more tightly connect them all. Superchain needs to feel like one chain, the Optimism team wrote in a blog post on CoinDesk. Optimism, so let's read a bit of this. Optimism is a layer 2 ecosystem on top of Ethereum, has been successful in attracting new projects to use its technology, notably including Coinbase, now looking more intimately connected affiliated network. The ecosystem built the aim of allowing users to transact for cheaper on top of Ethereum, laid out its roadmap on Monday for what is describing a native interoperability solution, addressing fragmentation between various Optimism chains. The announcement comes as more layer 2 ecosystems release their own interoperability solutions like Rival's Polygon Ag Layer, Elastic Chain for Matter Labs, which is the developer firm behind ZK Sync. Optimism's own ecosystem has grown tremendously due to its exception, a customizable toolkit that lets developers build their own layer 2 networks off Optimism's technology, like Coinbase Base Chain or WorldCoin's World Chain, among the top 20. When the teams launched their own networks using OP Stack, they agreed to use Optimism's Superchain, a series of economic cultural agreements to contribute to the Optimism ecosystem. I think that's the best way to think about a superchain. It's a set of people and organizations that is aligned towards a common goal, elevating humanity, upgrading capitalism. The only drawback in stifling growth is that the networks are a part of a superchain rally to communicate with each other in order to move assets, which tend to make moves slow and expensive. To address that, Optimism is coming out with its own native interoperability layer, so the networks in the superchain have an easier time. The superchain needs to feel like one chain, Optimism wrote in a blog post. To achieve this, we're setting out to build a united superchain where users, assets, and developers can move more seamless along the network. The Optimism team plans to have a native interoperability solution running on the mainnet by early 2025. The team will launch an interoperability layer developed network, followed by a launch on the test network. So it'll be curious to see just all the interconnectivity between these different chains and ecosystems. I believe like Base and then Mantle, just a lot of ones is adopting this particular technology, being able to see how different things look on the test network when they do put out the test out, and then how these blockchains will be able to interact with each other. So there'll be a lot of things to be curious. Optimism building that layer, just making more things seamless, being able to communicate to the different chains, being able to move assets over, whether it's tokens or just NFTs or just however the process is. We'll see if that process is just more slower. Do they have to scale up? How will their user bases react to it? To be determined, but that's just something to keep your eye on, pushing for interoperability with all these different blockchains. Let's go over to our last article. Aleph Zero launches its EVM layer on mainnet. Switzerland, August 12. Aleph Zero launches its ultra-fast Ethereum-compatible Layer 2, expanding privacy tools, new apps, compatibility with the world's biggest Web3 ecosystem. A blockchain engineer for speed, data, confidentiality, and the ease of development, today announced the mainnet of its new EVM-compatible Layer 2 solution. The significant milestone marks Aleph Zero's expansion into the Ethereum ecosystem, which will expedite the development and broaden the reach of the zkOS privacy-enhancing solutions. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but the Aleph Zero EVM Layer 2 built-in partnership with Gelato, a leading roll-up as a service provider, leverages Arbitrum Orbit technology. This combination results in an exponentially fast, efficient blockchain, boosting the block time of over 250 milliseconds transaction finality. The network is capable of processing thousands of transactions per second, positioning itself as one of the fastest EVM compatible chains available. Most advanced, enhancing blockchain infrastructure on the market. As more mainstream users emerge, privacy will become a major narrative in 2024. EVM, with its user base and a well-developed tooling, allows us to expedite the development of the zkOS privacy framework and bring it to the second largest market in crypto beyond Bitcoin. This is a perfect addition to our Layer 1 and adds optionality for users and developers alike. And then that's Adam Gao co-founder of Aleph Zero. The first use case that's already building, Pieces.market, a luxury reward marketplace, Syncra, a DAO as a service platform with private voting features, Upcade, a Web3 gaming hub, Rarible, an NFT marketplace, DKRVRS, a Web3 multiplayer RPG game, IDOS, a privacy-enhanced decentralized operating system, Tubly, a walk to earn game. So it just seems like all these different ones are just coming out, so you'll be able to check and see. Introducing Vibes, another use case on Aleph Zero, is set to enable the sports and entertainment industry to deepen their customer and fan base relationships with the power of Web3. The white level service allows organizations to quickly introduce innovative apps that boost retention and loyalty within their user base, in an easy to deploy product that can be customized towards the needs of any organization. Among key features will use a news feed, an embedded wallet, and on-chain point system, thematic games for fan engagement. Vibes is powered by the blockchain Upcade gaming hub, as well as solutions from Holy Hell, Third Web, and IDOS, and others. So you can see the project will launch its first implementation this month, targeting a large scale. For more information about Aleph Zero, they can go to this website. So you can click right here. Building fast, blockchain with modular ZK, deploy apps that are fast as legacy solutions. Aleph Zero is a layer 1 that enables teams to deploy scalable, low cost ZK privacy, so you can start building. So it just allows you to build fast, just shows you all the different links, all the different ones. Let's see if we can explore the ecosystem, look at the different maps. So we got it. So these are all the different maps. So they have different sections: DeFi, Sex, Metaverses, Core Development, DEXs. Let's go to some of the DEXs. So some of the most popular DEXs, we got Common, we got Cryogenic, 21X, Android Swap, Zap Swap, and Paranorm Swap, if I'm pronouncing that right. Let's click out of that. Let's go over to some of the launch pads. So we can see some of the popular launch pads. We got Cryogenics, Haywire Pad, Angel Block, Echo Phantom, Hero Zero, Own API. Let's go over to Linden Bar and we can see Earn Network, My Container, Inkwell, Kintsu, ABAC, CLST. So that's some interesting ones. We go over to our NFTs. A0.id, your first ever private domain service built on Aleph Zero. eWoods invites you to join an exclusive community where every member is welcome into the Wolf Den. Currently a no utility NFT project. Mar Moset Club, Art Zero, Pepe the Game, Art Zero Punk. So it's just a lot of ones that you can look at. Let's go and check out our wallets, because you're going to need a wallet no matter where you go. So we have a Common, My Container, Interoperability, Nightly Wallet, Sub Wallet, and MetaMask. So those are the ones that you can be able to interact. Let's look at some of the security to make sure you protect yourself. Interlock, the decentralized security platform delivered to Deleski Security. We have Scout and Brushfam, straightforward strategic cybersecurity consulting, able to deliver the most powerful differentiator of all, trust. So we can just see some of those. They have content platforms. This will be curious for me. Pangea and Code Tavern. So I had to check that out personally myself. And then we can just look at some different real world assets. We have Cryogenic, institutional DeFi for real world assets. So let's see if we can actually click on that. So they have got it. Cryogenics, an institutional DeFi powered zero privacy layer, seamless on-chain tokenization infrastructure covering a tokenization engine, launchpad, index for tokenized real-world assets. We facilitate the tokenization of traditional securities and real-world assets, access to investment opportunities by enabling seamless traders and management of tokenized assets on decentralized platforms. So it'll just show you that, be able to just get access. Let's see if we can click on the website. So institutional grade digital assets and super apps. So they had the launch being able to come soon. Leverage banking services under Depend digital assets. So it just shows how it looks in the back office. You'll be able to just get inside. It shows you different ones for the roadmap. So we'll just see how this plays out. It'll look very interesting, how you can interact with the protocol, interact with the network. Let's actually go back. So we can just go back and just click on this. So this will show you just all the different ones. So you can click on here, look on just all the different ones as far as security, off ramps, wallets. So just anything that you're interested. This is how you specifically target like a chain, and just even go to metaverses if you're interested in that too as well. Let's see if we can just click on the Twitter, just look at some of the latest announcements, updates. So we're launching Aleph Zero. It's in this testnet and ZK privacy under a second. So the testnet has been out for a minute. Nice to see you guys collaborating strongly. As we're figuring out blockchain scalability, privacy remains an unresolved challenge preventing further adoption of Web3. Aleph Zero is one of the leading teams of the ZK privacy and is now live on mainnet, on Arbitron, Orbit, L2 on Gelada network to address this exact need. So it's in this current live on mainnet. So just being able to get access to that. You can click on all the different articles. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops and just being able to get access and interacting with these different networks and systems. And then also just different token releases, how you interact. So just make sure you just be active, stay up to date. Make sure you pay attention to what's going on in Web3. But that's our market wrap-up overview for today. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you share the video. Stay tuned for all the videos I'm going to drop. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.